Nessa girl, I had to get in here and take me a nap. So sorry for not calling you earlier with Basketball Wives, but at least I'm giving you something for your drive at home, for the drive at 5. At any rate, last night's episode of Basketball Wives opens up with the continuation of Tami and Jen arguing about the who said what and who's got receipts. And we found out that Jen left her receipts at home, but she did bring her pepper spray. Now, Nessa girl, we're going to spend the next 120 seconds dissecting what it would have looked like had Jen pepper sprayed the fuck out of Tami. Bitch, had Jen would have maced Tami, that would have been one for the goddamn history books. All them times that Tami bopped the fuck out of Mika and everybody else on that damn show, that shit would have been hilarious. Let me tell you something. Jen said, I might not be able to fight. I might not be able to fight, but bitch, I'll still get it started because I got this pepper spray. Now, what you want to do? Child, quiet as it's kept. I almost wish Reggie was not there so we could have seen what would have happened, because Tami had done dipped back and was like, yeah, after I heard it from you, bitch. It was getting ready to go to that space where hands was going to be thrown and mace was going to be sprayed, and I was here for it. Now, baby, that's the reality TV I want to do. We ain't seen none of that yet. We don't seen bottles thrown, fists flown, but bitch, we ain't never seen nobody get mace dead to the face. Yes, God. But Shani and all of them told Tami, right? Jen is an old lawsuit kind of hoe. If you fight that girl, she gonna try to sue you and then say you bullied her and all this other damn stuff. And yet it was just best, Tami, that you dropped the situation. Kristen, Kristen, I'm just confused as to what the fuck you was crying for. Like, you don't know any of those women intimately enough for you to have been brought to tears about a situation that honestly and truthfully had absolutely nothing to do with you. Like, I just don't understand what you was crying for, and it looked real cheesy. And I love what CC told you, bitch. You around here riding with the bitch. You roll with her. That's your friend, bitch. Get your friend together, and maybe we wouldn't be having these situations. And yeah, CC, that was a passive-aggressive dig because you were taking out your own frustrations on Kristen during that moment. But the shit was funny. She was like, bitch, why you around here crying? Get your friend. She the one getting it started with everybody. We're going to take a moment and shift gears really quickly. That PSA was really nice. And it brings me nothing but sheer delight, joy, and pleasure to point out the fact that we are damn near at the end of the season. And none of the craziness for the first time in our lives included Jackie Christie. Like, y'all give a round of applause for Jackie Christie. I'm so glad that crazy Christie is on her medication and is going to her counseling. And, I guess Jackie said, shit, y'all, I done did enough of being crazy. I'm going to give somebody else a chance to carry the damn crazy car, and I'm going to rest a little bit this season because mama is getting old season and I'm tired. Shouts out to Jackie Christie for holding it down for the mature seasoned women. The PSA was very nice. I love how Jackie incorporated the kids, the cast, and moreover how she dedicated it to Malaysia's brother. That was a very sweet moment. It was a tender moment. We need to see more stuff like this on these shows, and I'm pretty sure that is really going to strengthen Malaysia and Jackie's relationship. And I'm just glad that all of the ladies were able to come together and make this happen. Kristen and her daughter. Let me tell you something. Kristen's daughter, I'm assuming she's going through her terrible twos. She is so cute. When she wastes that water on the ground and Kristen was like, come here, let me show, let mommy show you what you do when you make a mistake. That little girl wasn't trying to hear it. She wasn't trying to hear it, Kristen. Listen, you and that duplex or that efficiency you live in, mama was not trying to hear it. Little girl was like, bitch, I'm finna go over here and tear up some more shit, and I loved it. She was so cute. But here's what I'm not understanding. Kristen, you are a privileged, stay-at-home woman with means of one child, and you need help. Help doing what? Now listen, I know y'all looked at my Instagram videos the other day. I was babysitting my nephew and he was in here putting me through. But that's because I'm not experienced and I'm not used to it, and it ain't my damn child. Kristen, and I want to add to the fact, on top of being a mother of one, a woman with means, and married, your husband ain't even there half the damn time. So you don't even have to tend to your husband. I'm not understanding what you need help doing. Like, I'm just not to the point where you need a nanny. Now, it would be different if you was on TV lying like Monique Samuels from the Real Housewives of Patanka, talking about you got all these businesses and all these charities and all these galas and all these philanthropic endeavors to take on. But like Kristen, the only thing that you said you had to do was wash clothes. Like, so which one do you need help with? The baby or the washing the damn clothes? Like, which one? And quiet as it's kept, Kristen, you strike me as the type that probably don't know how to wash clothes. You probably needed help with the washing the damn clothes. I'm just really confused as to what you needed help with. And then you called the nanny. And granted, we only got a snapshot of what I guess, assuming was a couple of hours or a whole day with you and the nanny. But it's kind of like you disqualified the lady before she even got started. You made it a point that you wanted somebody from New Orleans, or coincidentally you had somebody from New Orleans, but you didn't want her to infuse any of that New Orleans seasoning in your baby. How the fuck your baby don't eat meat? Like, girl, don't be making that decision for that baby, ruining her life, making her no vegetarian or no vegan this early in the game. Let that girl get 13, 14, then decide. Then your baby don't drink milk and she drink pea milk. People kill me. Here it is, our grandparents living to 80 and 90 and shit years old, and them hoes was smoking, fucking, drinking, cussing, and a whole lot of other shit they ain't had no business doing, including eating meat and drinking cow's milk. And now it is your baby too good to eat milk and she drink pea milk. Girl, bye. And I bet you right here feeding your baby pea milk, but I bet your ass won't drink it. I bet you and your husband don't want to get that damn baby pea milk. You wait till your baby get to damn daycare in elementary school and start swapping cups and shit with other kids. Her ass gonna drink regular milk and eat meat then. But she's cute. Nevertheless, Shawnee and Malaysia, when they met with Evelyn to fill Evelyn in on what had went on down to the PSA, that scene was all kind of uncomfortable for Evelyn, and because it was uncomfortable for Evelyn, it kind of was awkward. It made me feel uncomfortable too, because you could tell Evelyn was in a weird situation because Shawnee and Malaysia were explaining basically how Jen almost got her ass whooped down to the PSA and how she deserved it. And you know, Evelyn had to add something to the conversation without talking against Jen, and she was trying to explain Jen's position and explain it all the way as best she could, and it just wasn't working. Poor Jen, and Shawnee and Malaysia just not here for Jen, and they was wearing her out, and all Evelyn could do was just sit there and just take it. It was weird. Jen and Kristen meeting. Jen and Kristen, when they met down to that thing, and then Jen talking about, you know, I had the receipts. I just did, you know, I didn't want to drop them there. That wasn't the place. You know, I've got more class than that. There will be a time. Jen, stop lying. It's a good thing your ass did quit the damn show, because you lying. I believe you lying in this situation. I believe you lying on Tim Norman. I believe you lying down to the courthouse. That's why your ass ain't get that restraining order. Jen, you are just a manipulative liar. Why am I keep burping? It's because I drank that cow's milk with them damn pancakes I ate earlier. Nevertheless, Jen, you's a liar, a cheater, a deceiver, a heartbreaker. Yes, y'all remember that idea? And I don't want you back, so I'm taking the house, the kids, the dogs, the car. I want it all. You're nothing but a liar. I gotta get Miss Jan to help me with that one. Liar, a cheater, a deceiver, heartbreaker. I think I stayed on key. Anyway, Miss Jan will let me know when I go to class on Wednesday. Nevertheless, OG talking to her mama. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I enjoyed that scene with OG talking to her Nigerian mother. It was really cute. The little Nigerian lady, she was so cute. For what it's worth, by older women's standards, OG mama was put together. I love the big costume beads. I love the little kitten heel she had on. And to be honest, OG's mother would look much nicer had she just not had on that real synthetic wig. Like, it's synthetic and then it's real synthetic. Matter of fact, plastical. That wig was just real synthetic and plastical base, especially all right here to the root part. It was just, you know, quiet as it's kept. It might not even been plastic. That might have been styrofoam she had up there, Nessa, spray painted. Only thing OG mama was missing was a better quality wig, and she would have been all right. But she gave OG some quality ass advice while OG was sitting up there with a better wig on. I don't know if that's one of the wigs she got from Malaysia or not, but OG looked toned down and she looked better. Here's the thing that I want to give. You know, OG's mother told her what any mother would tell their child, that you need to sit down and have a conversation with the man and see, you know, what are y'all doing and if y'all are on the same page. It was very generic advice. But here is what OG is doing, and a lot of people do this. The writings are on the wall, and you are leaving the responsibility of the relationship and the responsibility of your feelings in his hands. And that's a large part of the reason why this boy is overwhelmed and apprehensive about it all. Like, he's nervous. He's not ready to be responsible for everything that is you. And my thing is, instead of frustrating yourself, you need to take control of the situation, OG, and be like, look, this is where I'm at with it. This is where I'm at, and this is what I'm doing. And if the motherfucker wants you, he will get on board and go with you. But if he's not on the same path that you're on, and obviously, OG, let me tell you something. When the answer isn't yes, it's no. Do you want to get married? He has no response. Do you see yourself with me long term? He has no response. If he can't say yes, then I'm afraid, my dear, the answer is no. What's going on right now is that he's just distracted by other things that he's got going on in his life, and the relationship that you guys have suits his fancy at the moment. But the moment it stops, I can assure you, he is going to make the best decision for his life. And if you keep pressing and stressing him right now, he gonna leave your ass, bitch. I mean, you had no fucking around, got the man all activated and horny, and then just killed the man hard. Had the man take his shirt off, and then you had on that, you know, Devil Wears Princess Jasmine outfit on, and you know, I guess you was looking good by his standards or whatever. You know, you had your smell good on. I guess you was getting ready to double click your mouse while he stroked his paper towel tube, or whatever the case may be. However the fuck y'all have Nigerian FaceTime sex. You know, I don't know if you was gonna light candles and, you know, summons the gods, or, you know, pray to the moon and stars above and wait for the tide to be low or high and say a Maya Angelou quote, pretty women wonder where my coochie lies. Click, click, bitch. But nevertheless, you hadn't killed the mood bothering that man, and you keep saying you're not trying to pressure him, but every time we see a scene, you're bringing it up, you're dropping hints. You know, sometimes you're being overly aggressive, other times you're being passively aggressive, and I just really don't see this working out with you and Kwame, and I just think, OG, you need somebody a little older. You know, my answer in 2018 for everything is an older man. I think you need somebody older, OG, that's more settled and more finite in their thinking and more sure of what it is they want to do in the future. And it doesn't say anything is wrong with Kwame. He is a young man figuring things out. From a maturity perspective, and from an age perspective, you're much older than him, and it is unfair for you to make him grow up any faster than he naturally is supposed to or desires to. I think, OG, though, that you need to just really take control and move the hell on. Jen and the Mixer. Let me start out by saying I don't know the woman's name, the dating coach that Jen went to for the Mixer, but I like her style, and I like the game they were playing in her office / backyard / Airbnb. You know, however this lady got her business set up, I work from home, so I'm not gonna knock her for having strangers in her house and working from home either. But I love that mixer. Now, we've been watching these reality shows for a decade now. People go to these dating coaches and the shit be so generic. Even when Patty Stinger was throwing her mixers, I never really liked hers. This lady's mixer looked fun, and with the exception of that very young boy that was there, she looked like she had some quality candidates there for Jen. I can tell you right now, just from observing Jen with Kristen, Jen picks the wrong men. Jen makes a mistake all of us do. We pick the good-looking, fun person. And I love the fact that Kristen was there to rein Jen ass in and say, listen, you know, basically come down a couple points off the look, body, fun category. Go up a couple points on the security, maturity category. And there it is. I like the guy that Jen picked. And you know, yes, Damaged look better, but Jen is a seasoned, mature woman. And they say he's a celebrity DJ. If he's truly a celebrity DJ, then okay, you know, he's doing the LA Vegas circuit and he's making money, and he may be on Jen's level, both financially and mature from a maturity perspective. Although I kind of doubt it. Something about him just gave me, you know, very 30-something, need somebody in the 30-something, you know, gave me a real, he'll date somebody off of Instagram T. The guy that Jen picked, you know, he was decent looking. He wasn't bad looking at all. He was a nice guy. He got his shit together on paper. He seemed to be legit. And I'm actually glad that she went out on a date with him and that they did not fast forward to the confessional and she was talking shit about the man and this, that, and the third. I love the fact that she gave him a try and went on a quality date, and they seem to have had a good time. I hope that we find out later on in life that they did go on a couple more dates and they're at least friends, because I did like the interactions that they were having. CC at the basketball game with Malaysia and OG. I'm going to talk one thing about that scene. I love the fact that CC went down this rabbit hole about Kristen, you know, acting the way she's acting, and it must be because Jen is rubbing off on her. And I love how Malaysia jumped in there and said, listen, as much as everybody is mad with Jen and she's on the island by herself, what you and CC got going on got nothing to do with Jen, and stop that right there. Like Malaysia, what I liked about Malaysia, y'all, she is fair, she is honest, and when it comes to this beef between the girls, Malaysia is able to think for her own self, make up her own mind, and see shit for what it is regardless of alliances. And I respect Malaysia for being able to do that. Kenzie and her photo shoot. Kenzie was killing her photo shoot. Like, Kristen, hats off to you for having enough ingenuity to help channel all that energy and angst that Kenzie has. I think she did very good at the photo shoot, and I think you might be onto something with the baby modeling. As far as you and your husband talking about having a second baby, here's what I want to say. You are married, number one. Y'all got money, number two. You don't work or seem to have any, overabundance of ambition to do anything great that'll take you out of the home. Kristen, go ahead and get pregnant. Ready or not, here I come, I'm pregnant. Just go ahead and get knocked up. It ain't like if you get pregnant, your husband gonna be like, bitch, I'm out of here. I told you not to get pregnant. Hell, he helped you do it. Go ahead and get pregnant. I'm assuming you're on birth control or some sort of IUD, so maybe you will get in trouble because he'd be like, how did this happen? But bitch, I would just lie. You know, they say the shit 99.1% accurate, bitch. You got 0.9% working out in your goddamn favor. Just go ahead and get pregnant. People have babies unplanned and unannounced all the damn time. And I'm with you, bitch. I'm not about having no 7-year-old and no damn 1-year-old. If I'm going to go through this, bitch, I want to get it all out the way at once. Let them ruin my life for a solid 4 years, make me crazy, make my hair fall out. And then once you get their ass to pre-K, you're good, and managing them is basically one and the same because they're so close in age. Again, it's not like you had a baby at the fiance stage. You're already married. You've secured the bag. You've got one child. The child is 2. Go ahead and get knocked up. Fuck all that shit he talking. That man married you for better or for worse. You want to have a baby, bitch? Go ahead and have your baby. Kristen and Malaysia talking, bringing up the tab situation. You know, CC, that was petty as fuck for you sending that goddamn text to Kristen about the tab and whatnot. And, you know, Kristen, you're striking me as not that emotionally intelligent. And I think you're a great woman. I think you are intelligent. I think you're savvy. I think you're beautiful. I think you're nice. I think you're all these things. What I'm not understanding though, Kristen, is why you have so much misguided emotion for Kristen. Like you sending her the text about Byron don't want to go eat with y'all because y'all don't pay the tab, this, that, and the third. And it's like, CC girl, that's not what's really bothering you. Like the way Kristen is acting in this newfound relationship with Jen is what's really bothering you. And you pulling in all these other things, you know, making the situation worse when you really just need to sit down and give Kristen ass the business one good time and the shit will be over. I love the fact that Malaysia gave you very good advice. She gave Kristen very good advice. Do not let CC close that door. And if she tries to, go knock it down. We are fucking family and make it do what it do. That was excellent advice. And then my TV cut off. It cut off abruptly and the credits started coming on. So forgive me if there was another scene after Malaysia and Kristen sitting there talking. I'm thinking that maybe there was, because that ended on a kind of low note, but for whatever reason my DVR didn't capture it. Nevertheless, Nessa girl, that was basketball wise, honey. I just got through walking the dog. I'm finna get in here and make me a smoothie with Baka in it. I got some fruit in here that's about to go bad. And I'll call you later, girl. Bye.